Well, for the first time since the beginning of the COVID pandemic, veterans are once again able to climb aboard honor flight trips to our nation's capital. As one group returned home today, another is just days away from embarking on their adventure to Washington, D.C. For more on those coming back and those getting ready to head off, let's go live to Eyewitness News' Cody Bailey, who is live in downtown Evansville for a special meet and greet. Cody?
That's right, Shelley. Excitement is building here behind me. A meet and greet session underway for the honor flight of Southern Indiana as veterans here in Evansville are preparing for their trip that will begin early Saturday morning. But as you mentioned, not the only tri-state group of veterans that have visited with the return of honor flight since before the pandemic. I had a chance to meet with some veterans in Owensboro this morning as they came home from Washington, D.C. to a true hero's welcome. Friends, family members, and citizens all line the streets and sidewalks in Owensboro to welcome home veterans of Honor Flight Bluegrass.
It's like coming back from overseas, you know. The ship pulls in or whatever, the kids, everybody's there meeting you, you know, and it's just like that. And that's how I felt, you know. Family comes first for me.
Navy veteran Ralph Martinez recalls a much darker reaction to returning home after the Vietnam War, but he says this trip and welcome party overshadows the past.
We didn't have a good time back then, but this makes a difference. Not only in our hearts, but our minds. It brings us together. And that's what we always were. We're brothers, no matter who we were.
Army veteran Ralph Benboom says he always felt like there were other veterans more deserving of the honor flight experience until his guardian for the trip convinced him otherwise.
So I thought, if nothing else, to go for those people who can't go physically or those who are no longer here, and obviously maybe an honor to them.
Veterans on this trip, including Carrie Leonard, say they would highly encourage other veterans to join an honor flight trip should they receive the chance.
I'd recommend it to any veteran, whether they ever thought they would want to go or not. It's something that all veterans take the opportunity to go.
The sights and sounds of the trip impacted the veterans in various ways, but Benboom says one memorial in particular was overwhelming.
Vietnam, for me, had a whole list of names to look up, and when we did, we spent a long time. We went back, and I had to go back to a couple of names again and spend some time with them.
You meet a lot of people, some you know, and meet new people, and just a great bunch. It doesn't matter what branch of service, we're all veterans.
And the words that kept coming up today, speaking with those veterans in Owensboro, were words like emotional and overwhelming emotion that they saw with those different monuments and memorials in Washington, D.C. And similar scenario for our veterans here in the Evansville area for that trip coming up on Saturday. Things winding down here within the next hour, but again, just the beginning, as they'll be heading to D.C. themselves for honor flight of Southern Indiana this weekend. And we'll hear from one of those veterans coming up later on tonight on Eyewitness News at 6 on ABC 25, and again at Eyewitness News at 9 on the CW7 to hear what he is excited about for honor flight's return this weekend. Live in Evansville, Cody Bailey, Eyewitness News.